Imagine it's 3 in the morning, you're in the deepest sleep of your life, probably dreaming about a quiet beach when suddenly a 10-pound furball lands on your solar plexus with the surgical precision of a fighter jet. Or maybe you wake up to a wet nose shoved directly into your ear while a sandpaper tongue tries to reorganize your eyebrows. We humans like to think this is a sweet display of affection, or maybe just a calculated provocation. We assume our cats love us the way a child loves a parent, but the biological truth is much weirder and, honestly, a lot cooler. Your cat doesn't see you as its owner, and they definitely don't see you as a human being. To them, you're just a massive, slightly clumsy, but incredibly useful cat who happens to know how to operate a can opener. In animal psychology, we call this intra-specific communication. They're just applying their cat language to us. This might sound a bit humbling, but once we dive into these 7 reasons, you'll start seeing your furry roommate in a whole new light. The first reason comes down to a complete difference in how we perceive space and social status, what I like to call the 3D chess of power. Have you ever wondered why your cat looks at you with a mix of pity and arrogance while perched on top of the wardrobe like a tiny fur gargoyle on a cathedral? From your cat's perspective, you are a pathetic, 2-dimensional creature. You move almost exclusively on the floor while they claim vertical dominance. In their mind, furniture isn't decor, a wardrobe is a strategic lookout, and a shelf is a tactical waypoint. When they stare down at you, it's not just grandiosity, it's pure biology. To them, you're a sort of floor-dwelling megafauna, a giant who has the best intentions, but completely lacks an understanding of high ground advantage. The fact that you stay on the ground is proof to them that you're happy letting them handle the big picture surveillance. But here's the kicker. When they finally meet you at eye level, say, when you're lounging on the couch and they give you that slow blink, that's not just a sleepy smile, it's a highly complex social peace treaty. They're signaling, hey big floor cat, I'm voluntarily giving up my tactical advantage right now and I'm not going to attack you. It's a diplomatic handshake between 2 predators where they graciously inform you that the apartment stays peaceful today, even though you're constantly in their way. The second point really gets into the scientific nitty-gritty, the giant cat theory. John Bradshaw, one of the world's leading experts on cat behavior, spent years observing domestic cats and found something mind-blowing. Cats treat us exactly the same way they treat other cats they're friendly with. They raise their tails vertically when greeting us, a signal they reserve exclusively for their own kind in the wild. They rub their flanks against our legs and knead us with their paws, what we call making biscuits. Biologically, this is fascinating because kneading is a behavior from kittenhood used to stimulate milk flow from the mother. The fact that they do this to us as adults shows they place us in a social category somewhere between a mother figure and a giant, slightly slow-witted sibling. Unlike dogs, who have actually developed specific behaviors just for interacting with humans, cats haven't changed their social toolkit. Your cat isn't thinking, oh, there's my human. They're thinking, oh, there's that enormous, harmless cat who's terrible at hunting, but surprisingly good at belly rubs. When they headbutt or bunt you, it's not just a nudge, it's an exchange of identity. In a cat colony, this is the glue that holds the group together. By pressing their head against yours, they aren't saying, I love you in the human sense. They're saying, we are one. You've been adopted into their species, whether you like it or not. The third reason is all about the shared scent profile. When your cat rubs their head against your shin, it isn't a romantic gesture. They are marking you. Cats have scent glands on their temples, chin, and at the base of their tail. By rubbing against you, they're mixing their pheromones with your natural scent to create a group odor. In the wild, this is how they identify who belongs in the pack. When you come home from work and they immediately swarm you, it's not just because they missed you, it's because you smell wrong. You smell like the outside world, other people, and car exhaust. To them, you've basically become scent anonymized, and they need to upload the update as fast as possible to make you an official member of the household again. Reason number 4 is a biological heavy hitter that explains why your bed becomes a battlefield at night: thermal magnetism and cortisol levels. A cat's normal body temperature is about 101 to 102 degrees Fahrenheit, which is significantly higher than ours. To maintain that temperature, they burn a massive amount of energy. So when your cat curls up on your chest or right against your head, They aren't just looking for cuddles. You are a giant 98-degree organic space heater. Cognitive studies show that cats are experts at identifying where we emit the most heat. But it goes deeper. Sleeping together has been proven to lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone in both species. It's an evolutionary win-win. While we think we're protecting the little kitty, the cat sees us as a massive heat reservoir that doubles as an alarm system. They use your presence to drift into a deeper sleep phase than they'd ever risk in the wild alone. The fact that they usually steal your entire pillow? That's just economic space management. Why settle for a corner when the heater is this big? This behavior is hardwired into their pack instincts. Wild cats sleep in piles to share warmth. By using you as a heating pad, they are giving you the highest compliment regarding your biological utility. Fifth, we have to talk about the great inner clock misunderstanding, also known as the 4 a.m. concert. Humans are, biologically speaking, kind of boring. We're diurnal. Cats, however, are crepuscular. That means their energy levels peak exactly when we are in the deepest part of REM sleep. When your cat starts singing an opera in the kitchen at dawn, or decides your face is the perfect place for a parkour sprint, it isn't terrorism. They are desperately trying to re-socialize you. In their mind, you are a member of their hunting unit who has developed an extremely unhealthy sleep schedule. They biologically cannot comprehend why you'd sleep through the prime time for catching mice or opening the fancy feast. While your body is pumping out melatonin to keep you in dreamland, their brain is firing off every chemical needed for the hunt. When they tap your face with a soft, retracted paw, it's the feline version of, "Get up, buddy." The world is waking up and you're just lying there like a useless pile of fur. It's a touching, if incredibly annoying, attempt to align your biorhythms with the true rhythm of nature. They see you as a partner who is neglecting their most important duty, and they are patient enough to remind you every single morning that you're supposed to be a predator. The fact that they go on to sleep for 12 hours while you're at work is just proof of their superior time management. Stop for just a second, because what I'm about to tell you will completely change how you react the next time your cat brings you a dead mouse or even just a random sock. This brings us to reason number 6, the gift misunderstanding. Most people think their cat brings them prey as a present. Animal psychology suggests something a bit more insulting. They think you're a totally incompetent cat who would starve to death without their help. In feline families, the hunters bring prey to those who haven't learned how to kill for themselves. When they drop a mouse at your feet, it's actually a bit of a condescending gesture. They are trying to give you survival tutoring because they've never once seen you catch a single thing. The 7th reason is the most touching, but also the most complex: social vigilance and group trust. Cats are solitary hunters, but they are not solitary social creatures. When your cat sleeps in the same room as you, often with their back turned to you, it is the ultimate proof that they perceive you as part of their clan. In the wild, sleep is the most dangerous time. By placing themselves near you, they are entering into an evolutionary contract. They are trusting your senses to scan the environment while they regenerate. When they show you their belly, it's not an invitation for a rub, it's a peace treaty. The belly is their most vulnerable spot. In their world, this means, I don't expect an attack from you because you are part of my security detail. They don't see you as a superior being, but as a partner in a mutual safety pact. This form of social bonding is highly specialized and shows that despite their independent streak, cats have a deep need for a stable social structure. If they're snoring loudly while you're sitting nearby, that's their 5-star review of your skills as a bodyguard. To them, you're the big, strong cat who watches their back. But with all these fascinating facts, there is one thing you absolutely have to watch out for. It's a red flag that many cat owners overlook. If these typical behaviors, the marking, the co-sleeping, the kneading, or even the morning wake-up calls, suddenly stop for no apparent reason, it's not a sign of maturing. Cats are masters at masking pain and discomfort. A sudden withdrawal or a shift in their internal clock almost always points to stress, illness, or chronic pain. When a cat stops treating you like part of their social fabric, it's their way of saying their system is overwhelmed. Keep an eye on those tiny nuances because it's the only language they have to tell you that something is wrong. Don't think of your cat as a little human in a fur suit. Think of them as a highly specialized hunter who has granted you the incredible privilege of joining their secret social life. It's an honor to be the biggest, warmest, and most useful cat in their world. Good night to you and your furry roommate.